What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chris' Watch Movie Party. I'm Chris.
I'm her Haley.
I'm Shell.
And tonight we're doing our top 10 horror movies from 1990 to 2000. How are both of you going?
Glad I don't have to do this ever again.
This
was really hard.
This should have been like a 10-parter.
Or at least the top 20. Like I said, you guys have seen more of these than I have, so I think it was harder on you than it was on me. But I was changing stuff last night. I was watching The Boys, and I was still changing stuff.
I should, when I wrote the list, like, it was pretty hard. But then actually, when I came to like the way I wanted to do my top 10, and when I started writing it out, actually it was pretty easy. I think I had the list written out in about 10-15 minutes.
Mine's purely nostalgic. Like, people are just going to be like, is she freaking kidding me? Like, that's nowhere near the best. Like, and most of them are not.
I don't know. We'll see.
I just couldn't decide.
You just wrote yours out, Michelle? You didn't have some sort of order or anything?
Well, I think I did. It's definitely like my least rewatchable to my favorite or most rewatchable. But kinda. I don't know. I just threw them on there.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I like this one better than that one, but it still should be in my top 10. And then I argued with myself.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I did mine by movies I was sort of watching around this time. And sort of now, if I feel like I want to watch movies, these are the sort of the movies of this time that I'll go back to. And obviously, like I said, behind the stage, I didn't want to put in franchises either. I wanted to give them some other movies a bit of a shout out. So obviously, there might be some movies in here that are left off, and you would probably think, yes, they should be in the 90s to 2000s, but that's why I left them off.
That's an interesting theory.
Yeah.
I like that.
No. Mine, I had crazy reasons for mine, but they're basically just, like I said, purely nostalgic reasons.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of franchises on mine.
It's all right. We all can't be this. We all can't be the same. We got to be different.
I currently have 21 honorable mentions.
Sure. I didn't even bother with honorable mentions because there was so many that I just thought, like, I'm just going to pick them afterwards anyway. And like, you guys are going to probably have a lot of mine. So
I could probably pick 5 of them. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That's what we're working with. I'm going to start. I'm going to start with my number 10, which is Child's Play 2.
Oh, wow! So good. I wish I had that on my list.
I do not have that. I didn't even write that on my sheet.
It's my favorite Chucky.
Yeah. We were obviously growing up as a kid watching obviously the original Child's Play, and then Child's Play 2 came out. Obviously this takes place after the first one when Andy gets adopted by a family and he's trying to move on with his life, and he gets but he's still a bit weary of Chucky, and Chucky gets reincarnated with the factory. And then obviously he goes after Andy again. So that's where my number 10 film is.
It's my favorite Chucky. I like Bride too. And I really wanted to put Chucky, and that was my first honorable mention. Number 1 honorable mention was Chucky 2.
I only saw the first Chucky, and I didn't enjoy it at all.
Oh, Chucky's fun. I've been watching the series, and it kind of starts off a little bit like Chucky 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got Devon Sawa in it.
Yes.
And he's good for a pair. Anyway, getting off track.
Chris, I just rearranged my list again.
Okay.
I took a page out of your book, and Scream was obviously very high for me, so I moved it out so that I something else in. But just know that Scream and Scream 3 are definitely very high on my list.
Okay.
Okay, number 1, Final Destination, or number 10, Final Destination.
Nice.
I didn't see it
Destination
until
90s, is it?
Sorry?
Alexa. When did Final Destination release?
2000.
Oh, so we were picking 2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I was
No,
very
sorry.
cognizant.
I didn't pick Scream 3 because it was 2000, so I left it out.
Final.
But it's all good.
I didn't
Sorry.
see Final Destination probably until middle of the 2000s. Probably late 2000s. Like late 2010, maybe 2015. I was very late to that party. But I thought it was ingenious the way you could fight death and how if it missed you, it would come back around for you. I thought the premise was really, really good.
Yeah.
The acting, maybe not so much. But and the kills in that were really good. And they got better as the series went on.
I loved the one where Stifler dies. That's a great one.
Oh, by the tin on the train track.
Yep.
Yeah, it's such a stacked cast too.
It is.
It is. It's really good. So that's my 10.
I love that. I loved Final Destination, how the whole the water theory goes all the way through it.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the whole franchise, and you still don't know why. Like, and well, the new one's coming out. Maybe you might find something out. Also, has Tony Todd in it.
Yeah.
Yes,
He's
it does.
Yeah, I love Final Destination. It's great because I always put if for horror villains or whatever in my rankings, I always put death for Final Destination. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a big Final Destination fan, but like I've said to you sort of backstage before, it's not very watchability if you're going to watch it as a franchise sort of like in a row. By the time you sort of get to the end of the third one, you hurry up.
Yeah, there's no one to follow.
I like them.
Like you don't have someone to root for.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah, like there's no final girl or final guy or whatever. I think that's kind of, but then instead they have like that. I don't know. It's the water thing. It weirds me out. I don't know.
Okay, Haley, what's your number 10?
Okay, so I'm going with Freddy's Dead.
Freddy's Dead.
God bless us.
So I don't care. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
Oh,
it's Freddy. He's my man. And it's got Breckenmeyer in it. And I love him.
Breckenmeyer with a tragic ponytail.
And you get your Johnny Depp cameo, and he gets smacked in the forehead by Freddy with a frying pan. And then you've got Lisa Zane in it, who's I don't know if she's more famous for being in that movie or if she's more famous for being Billy Zane's sister. And it's just, and you've got Freddy on the broomstick doing the whole.
Oh my! I almost cried when that happened.
Wicked Witch thing.
Oh,
you've got the power. Is it Nintendo Power Glove kill? It's just because, I was 11.
Is that number 6?
Yeah, it's number 6.
Yeah, so that's the next one to watch after 5.
I did find out one really cool thing today because it was actually, and it was directed by a woman who'd been on the payroll for all of the movies. But I also found out just not long ago that Peter Jackson wrote a script for it, and the script was that all the Freddy had lost all his powers, And so all the kids in their dreams were like going in and like becking with Freddy and like beating him up and picking on him and stuff. And then he finally got his power back and then just like fucked them all up in the end. So he like lived.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't they do that? And then of course he went on to like the Lord of the Rings with New Line. So so that's how he sort of got his in at New Line.
Yeah.
Anyway, done. That's all I have to say.
I watched that this week because
really?
I didn't think I had seen it, and I obviously wanted to give it a solid chance, but I didn't think I'd enjoy it because I'd never watched it before. And I thought it was a comedy. I laughed ridiculously hard. It was so bad. So bad. And then I watched New Nightmare again because I think I'd only seen that once or twice.
Yeah.
But I disagree wholeheartedly.
It's fun. Like
It is
hates
something.
it.
It didn't
But
even make my list before honorable mention.
I am never ever not gonna put a Freddy on my list. Like it's always, no matter what, it's always going to be on my list. So it's my first favorite franchise. Same as I'd never not put a Scream on my list. Like it's just not happening. I am a low bitch.
Well, we've got Freddy 5 booked for a stream, so I've obviously for that I've got that one to look forward to next.
Our Freddy's have been really, really popular.
Yeah, they have. Don't know why, but that's my opinion. But
Shut up. Do you need me to kill you?
No, that's fine.
Do you need me to? What is that? What are they? What are we supposed to say? Unalive you?
Unalive you.
Okay, let's move on to number 9, and this is probably going to piss a lot of people off. My number 9 is Urban Legends.
I didn't get time to see that.
Sorry?
I didn't get time to see that one.
It's good. You should watch it. I don't mind.
It's on my list. Yeah, I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah.
It's one of the better after Scream ones.
Yeah, this is obviously around this time after like Scream came out in 1996. I was definitely introduction to the horror movies was slasher movies, and this was definitely one of the early ones that I've seen, and I really enjoy the first one and the second one.
Okay.
I don't think I've seen the second one, but I've definitely seen the first one.
The second one's not bad. It's just the third one that's terrible.
It has a good cast too, because that was like when I was around, like I was the same age as those guys when they were filming that stuff.
Yeah, the second one's got like Eva Mendes and
you've got Pacey.
Yeah.
Alicia Witt.
Is that Joshua Jackson?
Yeah.
Joshua Jackson, yeah. Sorry, I love Joshua.
I haven't seen that movie.
I still love Joshua Jackson.
Or that show, I should say.
Dawson's Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's got Tara Reid in it. And it's got that dude that he's got the podcast now. He was is it Rosenthal, whatever? He was Lex Luthor in
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
In what?
Is it Smallville or whatever?
Oh. I know you're talking about. I just can't think what else he's in.
I think it's Rosenthal. I don't know. He's got a podcast. Yeah. I watched one not long ago. It had someone really cool on it. It had Eli Roth on it. Yeah, they're really good friends. Sorry, go ahead. Way off track.
Yeah, I was just going to say that probably Tara Reid's probably got the best chase scene in that film.
Yeah.
God, how did she become famous? The girl can't act.
Probably
can't
from
act herself out of a wet bag.
Probably her American Pie looks.
Yeah, it would have been American Pie, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder, was American Pie before Urban Legend? Or did she do that too?
That's a good question, actually.
No, she did Van Wilder. She did some really good movies. Well, like, not anything, you know.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think Van Wilder was a bit later, though.
Yeah, Van Wilder was
But American Pie and Urban Legends was sort of around that same time. Couldn't tell you 100% without checking which one was filmed first. I have a
and
feeling
it's
it
not
might.
like she was doing nudes or anything. She wasn't.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but she just always seems like, I think it's just the way her cadence in her voice. She just can't act. Like,
Oh,
she sings, can't act.
I was going to say, yeah, she also did. She was also in the start of Cruel Intentions at the start.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So Van Wilder was 2002 and Scary Movie was 1999.
There you go. Okay. She was in a few things. Yeah, Rebecca Gayheart. Great in that movie.
Yeah. Why? Michelle, what's your number 9?
Hang on, we forgot. It's the Leto. The Leto's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I just didn't want to say anything about that.
I was just going to say, or did we miss that on purpose?
Well, hopefully he dies in that movie too. He's died in everything I've seen him in.
I'm not going to say anything.
He doesn't die.
Yeah, don't ruin it for me. Tremors.
Oh, yes. I love Tremors.
I love this movie. At any time it would be on back when I had cable, I would watch it. No matter if there were 5 minutes left or the whole thing. Kevin Bacon, everybody is phenomenal in this movie, even Reba. And I'm not a big fan of Reba. But her and Michael Gross going out with their big guns and their cowboy boots. I love it. It's absolutely hilarious. It's listed as monster horror and B horror. I don't know if it's really scary, but it's hilarious. I love it. And the rewatchability is definitely there.
It's one of my happy place movies for sure.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
I knew one of you guys would have it, and it was in my honorables anyway. So like it was at the top of my honorables. I was hoping one of you guys would have it.
That was on my list from the get-go, from the jump.
Well, I've not actually seen Tremors, so it wasn't going to be on my list.
You'll love it.
Oh goodness, it's fabulous. I mean, it's awful. It's terrible, but it's fantastic.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. That's how it works in my brain.
Yeah.
I think it's the chemistry of the cast. Like, they all seem like they're having so much fun.
That could be it.
Yeah.
Okay. Haley, what's your number 9?
Okay, so it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy the Vampire
1992.
That's so awful too.
But okay, so it started like an absolute revolution for me, like the television show. So, but like I also just love this movie. It's got like the best cast. Like it's got Rutger Hauer, it's got Luke Perry. Oh, well, hang on. Okay, so it's got Christy Swanson, it's got David Arquette, it's got Hilary Swank, it's got you know, all of it. And then we've got, like, of course, unfortunately, like, the part of the cast that have passed, and, like, most of them recently, actually, like, Paul Rubens, Donald Sutherland, and Luke Perry, of course. And it's just freaking fun. Like, it's so much fun. And I'll put it on, like, at least once or twice a year, mostly just to, like, sort of, when I'm going to bed and fall asleep to it. It's just like, it's just so much fun, especially like when Paul Rubens cops it and he's like, I just love it so much. It's so, I don't know, but I had to put it because, you know, again, nostalgic reasons. and then it just birthed one of my, a few of my like all-time favorite
Absolutely.
TV shows. Like, yeah, and I mean, like, Buffy the Vampire would have to be in top 5 shows of my lifetime. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. I don't want to talk about the Whedon. But yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say about Buffy the Vampire. So obviously, I was a big fan of the TV show, but I remember being at a party once, and they did have it on. So I know what it is, but I can't say exactly how much of the movie beforehand of how much of that I've seen.
It's just very like, it's very camp. It's very stupid, but like, at least it doesn't have shimmering, sparkling vampires in it. Like,
it was bad. That's all I'll say. It was bad.
Yeah. Anyway.
But
Yeah.
just while we're on that subject, they're only really shining in the first one, though, aren't they?
I think that. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, in the fourth one, Bella goes out purposely, or the third one, the fourth one, when Bella goes out,
like,
see the sun. She's a little frosty, a little kind of.
Yeah.
But she doesn't sparkle like the godforsaken Edward scene in the first one.
Yeah. She's a shield.
Well, they only had like, $6 to make that movie, the first one. So they went with what they had.
We're not talking about the effects, hon.
Stop it. I like the Twilight movies.
Look, they're not that bad.
I like the books, even though she's not a great writer, but I like the books. We digress. Anyway, number 8.
Number 8. Yes, my number 8 is going to be a movie that's going to make a resurgence in 2025. I've got I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Nice. Wow. Kill me now.
Again, this is around about the time that I was getting into the horror movies, and yeah, it was just one of the first slasher movies that I saw, and I still enjoy it and watch it to this day. So I Know What You Did Last Summer is going to make my number 8. What?
Just me and Shella like quiet.
I love I Know What You Did Last Summer. I was reading something else. Yeah. I wanted to read something about my number 8 to make sure I didn't misspeak. I love it. I'm not, and I know everybody thinks, well, not everybody, but thinks the second one is better, but I like the first one better. I watch that at least twice a year.
There's 2 good things about both of those movies. Number 1 is Helen or Buffy, or sorry, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I knew where you were.
Number 2 is Brandy. Like, and Omar Epps in the second one. It's Omar, isn't it?
It's not Omar Epps. It's what's his name? Mekhi Phifer.
He is a piece of shit in that movie. Like, the way he.
But he's funny as fuck. Though.
Actually, I will shout out number 2 for having Jack Black in it. So.
Yeah.
And Ryan Phillippe's in the first one, and I just adore him.
He's a complete utter asshole. The only time I like him in that movie is when he's like, "That's my girlfriend. That's my girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, that is." Like, I love him. Scary Movie one, how like the guy who's supposed to be him is like beating the shit out of Cindy, like, "Shut up, you don't say anything." It's like the rules of Fight Club. Don't say anything about the fucking hook man. Like, that is basically how he is.
I've just
the second one again.
I've just recently rewatched all the I Know What You Did Last Summers, and I think definitely 1 and 2 definitely have their place of which one Like, I like them probably about the same. They both have their reasons why I do like them. Like, I probably actually think the second one is better for the scenery, like in the hotel.
Yeah.
But I probably like the story better for the original.
Well, it was.
And I've heard that I Always is pretty awful.
Yes, it's an
I've never
it's
seen
an absolute shit show.
I have it somewhere to watch. There's the really beautiful boy with the blonde hair is in that movie, and he's from Flashpoint.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was in it. That's what's been motivating me to watch it, but I still haven't watched it.
Yeah, well, he's also in Final. If we're thinking of the same person, he's actually in
He's in the first one. He gets his watch stuck in the drain.
Yeah, Final Destination 2. Yeah, Evan.
Evan, that's right. Look at you with the name drop.
Yeah.
There's a series too.
Yeah, well, I got told that was really bad, so I never bothered with that either.
I don't think I ever heard of that.
In the middle of shooting the new one here in Australia, which is pretty cool. And they've got Ray and Jennifer Big Jogs Hewitt in it.
Yeah. Jennifer loves huge tits.
What are you waiting for? Yeah, no, it's just no. There's no likable characters in it. Like, shit. I know it was based on a book, and I know Kevin Williams had a fair bit to do with it, or the first one, because that's why I think he was doing that, and that's why I couldn't do Scream 3, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Fuckers, and that's another reason why I don't like it, because they brought in Aaron fucking Kruger to write Scream 3, but I still love Scream 3.
Yeah, I think my biggest question that I do have for the next I Know You Did Last Summer is who's actually going to play the Hook Man. I have heard a little story rumor, but I think he might be too old, so we'll just leave that and we'll wait and see.
Yeah, Hughes Watson is probably in his very late 60s.
Yeah, I think it seems pretty freaking obvious where they're going with it all. As far as I'm concerned, anyway. And I haven't even been like, I don't even look for the rumors on that because I don't even report on it.
Oh, I don't really. This just popped up on one of my feeds one day, and I got, well, it would be nice to see it, but I highly doubt it.
I was going to report on it, and then I was like, no.
Yeah. Okay, Shell, you're number 8.
The Good Son.
The Good Son.
Oh, yes.
So Mark, played by Elijah Wood, goes to stay with his cousin's family, Mark, Macaulay Culkin. And Macaulay Culkin is a bad kid. He's got bad scene. And he does all this stuff wrong and, of course, sets poor Mark up for it.
Yes.
And they throw rocks off of the overpass and end up killing someone. And, I mean, it's just, this movie is phenomenal. Absolutely fantastic. I haven't watched it in decades.
The acting from those kids, man.
Mm-hmm. And I have it ready to watch today. And I didn't have to watch it again to know where I'd put it on my list. It's so good.
Bro,
so if anyone's watching, watch that film. Hard to get. It's old.
I haven't seen that movie in at least 15 years, and I still carry that shit with me, man.
Yep, really
Macaulay
good.
Culkin in that movie, man,
top notch. He was great,
fantastic. Oh my god, he is so good in it, and the ending, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
The mama, oh, perfect.
Agreed.
Good on you, mama. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I have it ready to watch today.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, to be honest, I've never seen it or heard of it, so I'm gonna have to
get out there.
Definitely watch that. It's fantastic.
Oh damn! I was
excited when it was in this decade. I thought it was going to be like earlier than the 90s because it's like I said, it's been a beat since I saw it.
And like you forget how old Elijah and Macaulay are. Like they're my age. So
yep.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God, Shell. Perfect. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to go rewatch. Yeah. Yeah. No spoilers. Yay, mama. That's it. So,
Haley, what's your number 8?
oh, me? Oh, shit. I don't know. Sorry, I just got so excited. So mine is okay. The Craft. So 1996, directed by Andrew Fleming. So I mean, we've all seen The Craft. We're about to do it on stream, and I can't wait to see you do.
You're not going to do it with us? Come on.
Oh, like it's not good. Like I'd prefer to dress up like Christine Taylor, like do the bald cap and shit. Because it's not going to be like surprising for me to do like goth makeup. I'll figure something out, don't worry. So we've got like a stacked cast in this one, right? So I'm going to call out Rachel True first because like she was really hard done by in that movie. I'm not going to get into all the politics of it, but she is the one that Christine Taylor picks on and actually calls the N word in it. Christine Taylor being, like you guys will know as Ben Stiller's wife, you know, probably better than anything.
And also played Drew Barrymore's sister in The Wedding Singer.
Cousin, yeah.
Oh, sorry, cousin.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The
my
girl
bad.
who loves
Yeah, sorry,
Madonna.
Yeah, when Madonna, she's
Oh,
and
she
she's
was-
so lovely.
She was perfect
She's
80s
in dodgeball.
with the hair, the you know, her
Yeah.
long curly hairs, the spiral perm, which was the thing.
Yeah.
And oh, she was perfect.
She's been in a
But
lot of
anyway,
things.
I digress.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really wanted to just shout out Rachel True first. Because yeah, she wasn't even in they didn't put her in the credits, and she is one of the main girls in it. I mean, you could say, well, second tier, I would say. Fairuza Balk, as we all know, you know, the
Creepy.
border boy. I know you hate her, Charbel.
I don't hate her. She's just creepy looking.
I know Chris and I are fans of hers. So of course our Nev is in it, and this was before she got big in Scream. And of course Robin Tunney from like Empire Records, of course, and
The Mentalist.
the show she was in, the one with the one with Simon Baker, was it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
anyway.
was the lead of the cop division.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just here because I mean, it kind of started off a big thing too. I mean, when it came out, it was such a hit that it brought about, of course, the what's it called, Charmed.
Yeah.
They got straight onto that afterwards. They used the same like song for it, all of that sort of thing, and it's just one of those movies that it's just like a staple in my life now. And when I was that young, like again, they were around about the same age as me. I was very alternative. I was very different, even though I didn't look it. And it was just like really, really cool as far as I was concerned and my friends were concerned. You know, it just started this alternative type cool teenage staple okay type thing to be that way, you know, to be different. So yeah, that's my little sort of nice take on one of my movies. Instead of, I know you guys always think that I'm being stupid and funny, but I'm being a little bit serious for a second. So yeah,
Funny, but there's never stupid in there.
No, that's definitely stupid. Stupid is my favorite kind of humor.
Stupid humor, yes, but I never call you
sarcastic.
Well, tonight I was actually meant to do something for our craft stream, but I'll have to work on that. But anyway, my number 7 was The Craft as well, so I'm just going to add that.
There you go. So yeah, why is it your number 7, my dear?
Probably like the same as before. Like probably moving on from slashers, it was probably just a staple of my teenage years,
Yeah.
and it's just for me, it's just a very rewatchable film.
Yeah, and it's got skate. Sorry, I should I did mention, I did want to mention all the women first, because that was another thing, was that it was a female-led cast.
Breckin Myers with his long hair.
Yeah, so we got our skate. Of course,
he was a
we all
douche in that movie. A straight up douche.
But it's not really his fault. You know what I mean? Like, he's a bit of a douche at the beginning, but then they pretty much become douches, and then, but it's not really their fault either. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of a weird commentary on things, that movie, but like it all works out in the end, I guess.
Hey, Chris, fuck you. Nah.
Y'all. So that means what? We're on to Shell.
So
I do not have The Craft, even in my honorable mentions. It is not a big movie that I enjoy, even with our beautiful Nev in it. And I was going to try some stuff in my hair today to see how it looked on camera, but I slept in. But anyway, my number 7 is California.
Oh, yeah. See, you're going with all the psychologicals.
Well, that's more my bag.
I didn't really go with the psychologicals. The only one
starts with a K, Chris.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
It has 2 people that I don't enjoy at all, Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis. And they, yes, 2 of your favorites. They end up, unfortunately for them, David Duchovny and Michelle Forbes, who are boyfriend and girlfriend on a trip, end up saddled with Brad Pitt and Juliette Lewis, and they go a little crazy. Pitt and Lewis, that is.
Crazy.
They go a little crazy, and they start killing people, and they take over somebody's house, and I mean, it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah,
even with those 2 in it.
Yeah, Duchovny's they go on a road trip to look at like houses where people live, like where serial killers lived, and
that's
so
what it was.
Yeah, and she's the girlfriend's taking photos. Yeah, and then
I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen it in years either. I have to add that to my list too.
So of course, what his name was, like Corley or something like that.
Hold on, I have
Brad Pitt. He's getting more and more exciting along the way.
Was early
because he's a full-on psychopath.
Yeah, it was early. It was early and Adele.
Early, that's it. Yeah, obviously, Corley. Early, yeah, it's good. And I like him and Juliette Lewis are phenomenal in that. And then
they are. You're not wrong. Yeah, I just, they're not my favorites, but I thought they were really good. I would never put a movie with those 2 on my list. But
you want to hear a funny story about that?
Sure.
Because I watched it not long ago as well, and I was like, God damn, the look for Brad works, but I'm like, why are his teeth so they still look so good, right? And then I found out later that the director said that they wanted to give him fake teeth, and they said, Brad Pitt was like, no, I'm gonna ruin my own teeth, blah blah blah, and then so I went back and I looked again, and they're shiny white, perfect teeth. I'm like, what the hell are they talking about?
I remember noticing that. I'll definitely check it out next time. Though.
I don't just look up. I don't know. You just look it up on whatever, and they'll say he messed up his own teeth. But if you actually watch the movie, they look perfect. I don't know if it's because I didn't have my glasses on or whatever, but I had noticed it even before I knew that. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Michelle, I'm 2 for 2 for you. I have not seen this movie either, so
it's definitely worth it.
You'll see California. Oh God,
definitely check it out. It's great.
Okay, cool. I'll do that.
I think I might only surprise you with one you haven't seen. One more. The rest of them are probably going to be on all of your lists.
Oh, so
Hey,
that's isn't it? Oh, okay. So I have Candyman.
Candyman.
We've got Tony Todd, and probably I feel like the most underrated scream queen, Virginia Madsen. I mean, Tony. I just want to say quick again, R.I.P. and God rest your soul, Tony. It became a trilogy. There's been a remake, so very very successful. Directed by Bernard Rose, the first one. So it's basically about. Okay, so Virginia Madsen. See, I didn't write any of this down, so this might be a little bit difficult. So Virginia Madsen is she's a college student, and she is looking into the Candyman
Urban legend.
Candyman legends. Yeah. So basically, Candyman is sort of the same as Bloody Mary. Just say so everyone's heard about Bloody Mary, and you look in the mirror and you go like Candyman, Candyman. So if you say I think it's 5 times, then Candyman will come out and he'll kill you. So anyway, Candyman was supposed to have been doing all of this in the projects, and so it starts sort of the rumors start coming out about Candyman again. And anyway, she starts going into the projects. I don't like saying that, and that's probably like not right to say, and I'm sorry if I'm offending anyone, but that's what it is.
But it's accurate. You're right.
Okay. Anyway, so starts going out there, and like people don't really want to talk to her, and et cetera, et cetera. But one lady talks to her, and she's got a baby, and she's just like, I'm really scared for my baby. That because there's murders happening, obviously, but some people are blaming it on the Candyman. Other people are like, yeah, that's bullshit. It's just an urban legend. But it turns out that Candyman is real. And basically, he was a rich landowner like many, many years before, and he fell in love with a white woman, and they went to get married, I think. And anyway, I think they blamed him for killing a child anyway. And so I should have looked this up. Hang on, I'm just bringing that plot up just quickly. Just for because it's really good plot. But just quickly while I'm doing that. So the person who wrote it, which I think was Clive Barker, he got the idea for it because in the projects that he was like looking at and writing the movie, they were not putting when they were building the bathrooms, they weren't putting like walls behind it, and you could go in and out of the bathroom windows and get into other people's houses, apartments. And so people were going in and out, and like there was one person that was killed, and so that is how they were killing people in it, but it was actually Candyman that was doing it. So
I don't remember that part. Of course, I've only seen it once.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, this is all just going to be a schmozzle, but people will work it out.
Yeah, I remember more of the 2019 one than the original.
Yeah, it's very much different. The first one is like, it's brilliant with the plot. So anyway, I think that they torture him, right? And obviously he becomes Candyman. And because, I mean, he's dark-skinned. Talk amongst yourself.
I
an
do not have this on my
African-American
list. I was talking
African-American
amongst myself. Sorry.
artist and son of a slave who was murdered in the 19th century for his relationship with the daughter of a wealthy white man. So they murdered him, for being with a white man. So what happens is Virginia Madsen's character gets beaten up when she goes into the she says Candyman. She does it. She says Candyman, blah, blah. Anyway, he comes to her and he saves her. And then, but he asks her, like, do you want to take my place, basically? And then she gets caught in these positions where it looks like she's killed people. And so she ends up in a psychiatric hospital. And then she summons him again. And he frees her from a restraint. So she disappears. Like, she gets out. She frees herself. And then, anyway. Yeah, anyway, that's all I'm going to say about it. Just watch it. Because basically it's better than the remake. 100 billion times better than the remake. And it's one that I watch all the time too, but I haven't watched in such a long time that I can't remember. But what ends up happening is that poor Helen ends up becoming the new Candyman, and he is supposed to end up like free. And it's been parodied, like, or not parodied, but it's been used in many other stories after, whereas like someone's been enslaved because of a curse and they've passed the curse on to another person who was like, or tricked or vulnerable enough to do it. And yeah, also it's kind of based on a true story because of how people used to do that within the projects and things like that. I just enjoyed that it all clicks together like that instead. And I'm sorry for that. I know we're live streaming. Everyone can just like roast me for being an idiot who doesn't know what I'm talking about right now. But there's no one in the comments. That's all good.
I had to look up a few things too to make sure I was remember it. Like The Good Son, I had to look it up. I didn't remember names. I didn't remember who the parents were.
I just thought I'd be able to tell it, but then once I started talking about it, it's so involved and I forgot. Because like you can tell a lot without like spoiling it too. Like, but I should have written a note for that one because that's the only one that's really complicated. Anyway, it's a freaking great movie. Oh, and the bees. I just have to say, Tony Todd, the bee.
I know the bees were real.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah. Just so that was pretty cool too. Yeah. Yeah, sorry guys, go on.
That's right. Okay, so moving on to my number 6. I'm not going to say too much about this film because I'll end up spoiling it. But if you haven't seen this, I highly recommend it, which is Event Horizon.
I was expecting you to have that.
Oops.
I don't think I've ever even heard of that, other than you mentioning it.
I've watched it like once a while ago. I liked it. It's a good movie. It's weird that it's in horror though.
Yeah, I get that, but when you watch it and you sort of watch like the last sort of half an hour, you can see why.
Yeah.
So that's my number 6.
All right.
Thank you for doing that because that makes up for my last one. Fucking random bummer.
Okay, Michelle, your number 6.
Fear.
Fear.
I was waiting for this one to come up. I had a feeling that it would be you.
I saw this for the first time, I don't know, maybe 3 months ago. And I was pissed off at myself for taking so long to watch it. It was so good, except the dog part. I did not enjoy that, even though I knew it was coming. It was good to see.
That automatically makes things go like 10 rungs down for me.
What the hell is his name? William Peterson from CSI and Jaws. It was good to see him in something else. It was weird to see him as a loving person.
He was nice in it. Hey, I love him in it. He's good.
Yeah, he was good. And Reese was like 12 years old.
Oh, there's so many good.
She was so young.
Reese ones.
But I really enjoyed everything about it, except the dog.
I think that Marky Mark was too over the top, especially I call him Marky Mark because he was Marky Mark then.
I call him that all the time. He was definitely over the top.
He was way too over the top, like with especially the knocking on the door, and he's like, no. And I'm like, fuck off, Marky Mark. You're not scary at all. Like, go beat up another Hispanic. Fucking. But
that was actually added. That scene, that part.
Was it?
Yeah.
But like I have to say, when I was that age and when I saw that, that was probably one of the like most uncomfortable things that I ever saw with my father.
Is it because I had something to do with a roller coaster?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I was like just around the age that like, you know, that would, well, I mean, like that would have been really embarrassing at any time, but I think I was like 15, 16 at that
Oh my God, I would have been mortified.
Oh my God. And
thank goodness my dad didn't watch those movies. It saved me.
God. No. I saw a few movies like that, and even when I got older, movies like that still made me super uncomfortable if I was sitting there with my dad. Like, nope. So, but yeah, good. I like that movie, but oh my God, there's so many cool Reese Witherspoon performances back in the 90s. Like, I wish I had have thought of Freeway because her and Kiefer are so good in that movie. And I'm pretty sure that's 90s.
What's it called?
You guys have to check that out. It's like a Red Riding Hood tale, and it's just Kiefer Sutherland like is a serial killer, and Reese Witherspoon's just this like badass chick. She's like 16, and she's trying to get to her grandmother's house, because like all these different things, and she fucks him up and stuff like that, and they think it's like all her, but it's actually him all the way through it. But you've just got to watch it.
What was it called?
It's called Freeway, but it's there's another one too, but it's Reese Witherspoon and Kiefer Sutherland. And it's got Brittany Murphy in it, I think. No, I don't know. It's the girl that reminds me of her. It's not very famous, and it took me forever to find on DVD. And when I did, it was like $3 or something.
All right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's Reese Witherspoon. There's another movie she did where she's hangs out with a serial killer as well. I can't think of it off my head at the moment. I'll try and find it when we're backstage at the end.
Well, in the 90s, she did some pretty fucking cool shit. There's another one that you should watch she does with Stephen Dorff, and it's SFW, so it's like So Fucking What. Yeah, that's an amazing movie too. She did some awesome stuff.
Okay, let's just write a note so I remember. Movie with Reese and drama. Okay, Haley, number 6.
Oh shit. Let's try and make this better than the last. Okay, number 6 is okay. So number 6 is for foreign film. So it's Funny Games, 1997. But it was remade in 2007 in Hollywood. So kind of a bit of a cheat. But it's done by the brilliant Michael Haneke. And so when it was remade in 2007, he just did shot for shot remake. So it was German French, and he just did a shot for shot remake in English over in America, and like you wouldn't know any of the foreign stars, but has a stacked cast. In the Hollywood remake, it's got Naomi Watts, it's got Michael Pitt, it's got I'm blanking. He's in all the Quentin Tarantino movies, and he's English. Got red hair.
Funny Games.
Gosh, I keep thinking of Rock now, Eli Rock. And that's wrong.
Tim Roth.
Gosh, Tim Roth, thank you. And it is just I saw The Strangers before I saw this, and like so home invasion movies, everyone knows my kryptonite, and I thought The Strangers was bad. This movie is the most fucked up movie I've ever seen in my life, both because, as I said, it's shot for shot. Both I watched the foreign version first, and then I watched the Hollywood version, and it's insane. And but Haneke can do no wrong in my eyes. So, it's just about these two young men who knock on it's okay. So a family, it's a mother, a father, and a young son. They go to their holiday house, and they just are getting ready. Two young boys in like tennis. I'll just do it this way. In like sort of tennis outfits or whatever, come to the door. Or one comes to the door, and asks to borrow eggs. And basically, they start dropping the eggs accidentally, so they're asking for more. Then they'll leave. Then the other one comes, and they're like, "Oh, we dropped the eggs outside. Like, could we get some more?" Until there's no more eggs, and then they sort of keep on asking for eggs until the father sort of like gets pissed off and sort of, like gets angry at them. And I think like he might like push one or slap one or something, one of them, because they're just getting a little bit like full on. And then anyway, it just goes on from there, and it gets like really full on, and they just torture these people.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not for the faint of heart at all. But I highly suggest it. And that's the only psychological one that I've put on, but it's probably the worst one I've ever seen. It's really one of the only movies that has ever really, really, really stuck with me in a way, whereas like if that could really, really happen, and it's so bad.
Yeah, I've only seen the 2007 one, and it's definitely a film I need to rewatch. It's been a while. It's been a couple of years.
Have you have seen it, or you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god,
it's on my list though. My ever-growing list.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, don't bother with the foreign. Just go straight to the Hollywood, because it's the same thing. But like, yeah, shot for shot. But I do also recommend Michael Haneke.
Shit.
Yeah, it's just messy. It's fucked up.
Okay, I guess moving on to my number 5 is House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Rush, what a performance. Probably to talk about the movie a little bit. So basically, he throws a party at an ex-asylum, and he invites all these people, but then the people that end up showing up are not actually the people he invited. The actual house hacked into his computer and invited all these people that are in connection with the house. And basically, the name of the game of this film is they've got to spend the night in the house, and then if they make it out overnight, they get $1 million. And obviously, throughout the night, stuff happens.
Yeah, makes my honorable mentions. This one, one of my favorites. It's very rewatchable. It's got a good cast.
It was already on my to be watched list.
Yeah, it's Owen Wilson too, right? It's like one of his first roles, right?
No, it's not Owen Wilson.
It's not that one.
No.
It's the other one, the other house one, the haunted house one. Then, because I get them mixed up.
Possibly.
There's House on Haunted Hill.
House on Haunted Hill's Jeffrey Rush. What's the name? Framing Jensen.
Femke Jensen.
Yeah.
Femke. She's so hot.
Yeah, but what was her parents thinking?
Femke.
Honestly.
Where's she come from?
I don't know.
Somewhere exotic. There's the other one. There's two. Like there's House on Haunted. There's one that was remade from the old Vincent Price one, and then there's the other one. And I get them mixed up all the time, but I love them both.
Yeah, the Vincent Price one is the one that I was just talking about.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. And I love the Vincent
Price. Also stars Ali Larter and Bridget Wilson as well.
Yeah. Ali from
I like Ali Larter.
Yeah.
And Bridget Wilson was in I Know What You Did Last Summer, the asshole sister.
Oh, yeah. Yes, she is. I forgot her. She's terrible.
Okay, Michelle, you're number 5.
Oh, goodness. I forget. Flatliners.
Flatliners.
The original, of course.
Yes.
Dear God, not the remake that I've never watched.
Can I just
and I never will.
Stamesies. I got number 5 too.
It's your number 5 too?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who have been living under a rock and haven't seen Flatliners, a bunch of kids get together because there's a serum they can have injected into them that will take them back in their life, and it basically almost kills them. Or I don't want to give much away, but anyway, so it takes the 3 main characters back to places in their life that alter their current life, the way they react to it, and that's the long and the short of it. But it is a fantastic movie. Kiefer Sutherland, Julia Roberts, Oliver Platt.
We love Oliver.
I'm missing somebody, I think. Isn't there another one?
Billy Baldwin.
That was it. Yep, Billy Baldwin.
So, yeah.
If you haven't seen it, don't watch the remake. Watch the original.
Oh God. It's also Joel Schumacher who did
bunch of Batman.
The Lost Boys. So I mean, the cast, the director, say no more. Like fuck. Julia Roberts when she was at her most fucking beautiful. Like, and she's brilliant in it.
Kiefer was just coming up. He hadn't done a whole lot. Well, he hadn't done a whole lot with. He hadn't done a whole lot with that was good.
Shoemaker obviously liked him.
Oh yes, definitely.
And he was also, I think that was when he was engaged to Julia, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, it basically just so they basically are just, I think it's Oliver Platt, right? He's basically almost killing them but bringing them back. And the
Right.
more times it happens,
And they have to be flatlined for so long before they can come back or something
yeah.
like that. There's a twist to it.
And and one of them takes it too far, so one of them sort of becomes a little bit of a villain, shall we say.
Good way to put it.
Yeah, it becomes, and so it becomes a bit manic, but just in a good, like, sort of steady pacing, and like it keeps you really interesting, and it just starts getting like more intense, and then it gives you a really good payoff at the end. What I would say.
Yes. Chris, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I do actually own both of them, and I need to. It's just one of those movies I keep forgetting about, so I do need to watch them.
Go straight to your video library and throw out the remake now.
No.
I've heard that I didn't see it because I don't watch remakes, but I've heard it's absolutely awful.
It was horrible. I'm not like, I don't dislike Elliot Page. He was I can't think of his name when she was a girl.
Ellen?
But yeah, she's just she's always so sour when she was a girl acting. I don't know. And she just didn't really pull off the lead role in it.
Is it there?
Haley, did you freeze?
Am I frozen?
She was sitting
No.
so still.
No, I'm just looking at what my next one is. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll definitely get on that. So moving on, my number 4 is Halloween: Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah. I thought you'd put this in, so I didn't put it in.
Yeah, I remember watching the original Halloween when I was a young boy, but only part I could remember really much of that was obviously the iconic pumpkin opening at the start. But
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed watching Halloween: Curse of Michael Myers. People have a lot of love-hate with this film. You either like it or you don't, but I actually find this to be the most darkest movie in the Halloween franchise.
You and I talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
Is that the one where Jamie's in it, where she's little, or when Jamie's bigger?
No, this is the one where it starts with the thorn.
When she's pregnant.
When who's pregnant? Jamie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think I think that's the one I didn't see.
Yeah, I think it is. It's 6, right?
Yeah, it's number 6.
Yeah.
It's
the one. Yeah, it is the one you haven't seen that we've told you about. Yeah, and Chris and I talk about it a lot because it's very it's just got the ending is for your interpretation pretty much, because it's the last Loomis, and they have kind of 2 versions of it, and then you lose Loomis, so you don't know anything after that. It was in my honorables. Same with Chucky too, because I knew that Chris would have those 2 on his list.
Well, I'll have to definitely watch that one morning that I am up at 4 a.m. for no good reason.
Well, we're doing the Halloween franchise, so you're going to see it soon anyway.
You have to watch 4, 5, 6 in a row, though. It's like you can watch 1 and 2, and you don't really have to worry about watching. And then you can watch 3, 4, 5, 6 without watching 1 or 2. All you need to know is that Jamie is Laurie's daughter. That's it. And so all you really need to know is that Michael is Jamie's uncle. That's it,
Okay.
really.
Okay. Then I will wait. So y'all can see me jump like a lunatic in the morning.
All right, we can move on. I just got to fix this stupid thing up.
My number, what number are we on? 5? No, 4 is Silence of the Lambs.
I knew you'd have this on your list, so I didn't put it on it.
It is almost the perfect, well, honestly, it's the perfect film. Everybody was fantastic in it. It is the first and to this date only horror movie to win an Oscar for Best Picture. And Best Actress and Actor, which is very unusual for horror to be even nominated, let alone 1 win. And then we had 2 in this film, both Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster. And Buffalo Bill was perfect. It down to the girl in the pit who wouldn't give the dog back was perfect. Everything about this movie was fantastic.
Totally
That's
agree. Anthony Hopkins' performance in this movie is probably my most favorite performance ever by anyone. That's what I was going to put it in, but as I said, I didn't want to go psychological here. I wanted to go fun and nostalgic. Yeah. His performance is perfect. To do like what, 8 minutes or 10 minutes in a movie and get Best Actor, and especially in horror, like you said, what can you say? There's nothing you can say.
What will I say? It's magical. He was magical.
Yeah. You're all magical. Magical. Yeah. Well, that brings me then to, we're done? Are we done?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Then that brings me to mine, and that's the other best acting actress in a horror movie, and that's Misery. So
I forgot about her. Yeah, Kathy Bates.
So Misery, done by the king of horror, which is Stephen King. Of course, I was always going to get a Stephen King something in here. So also directed by like Rob Reiner, and how the 2 fucking all-timers, the late great awesome amazing James Caan, who I don't know how the hell he didn't get at least a nod for that performance.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, Caan got robbed so many times. And then, Kathy Bates, just, God damn, you dirty bird. What do you say? Like, it's 2 people in a house for most of the movie, and it works. Like, it's incredible. Her performance, the way she goes from like manic to sweet to lovely to this to that, and his performance, like the fact that he just matches it the whole way through, it's just incredible. And just the whole thing, like, that I'm your biggest fan. I love that. Like, I love saying that to people all the time. I'm freaking them out. It's just legendary. It's a classic. It's Stephen King. It's Kathy Bates. What else am I going to say about it? Like, done. And like, it also has that classic scene in it as well. Yeah,
I haven't seen this movie.
Haven't you seen Misery?
No, I haven't seen Misery. Michelle, I think You've gone silent.
Sorry.
That's
I was
all right.
asking Alexa something, so I muted it and I forgot.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I mean, there's nothing to say about Misery. Watch it if you haven't seen it, because I think most people have seen it. It started Kathy Bates off. Oh, that's another thing. Like, she was pretty much an unknown as well, getting a Academy Award in horror. So even better.
Okay, moving on to my number 3. This is a movie I'm not hear many people talk about. It is Deep Rising. So,
Is that a porn?
Sorry?
I said, is that a porn?
No, it's not a porn. It's basically it's a horror movie based on like on a cruise ship, and there's like these blood sucking octopus things that work their way onto it.
Oh my god, man!
But also the captain or the guy who owns the ship is actually self-sabotaging the ship as well. No, they've got to try and get off the ship. It's a movie I highly recommend.
Never heard of it, but so that will be number 1 on my list to check out for sure.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either.
Never ever heard of it. As you said, Chris, you're very right.
Yeah, I was at a mate's place one day and we hired it, and then my love of it's just grown since then.
So it was a VHS or a DVD rental?
Would have been was it 98? So it would have been VHS
Ooh.
going into DVD at the time.
Oh my goodness! How old were you? Like 4?
No, I was 10 years old at 98. No,
Stop it!
96.
I don't want to tell you how old I was in 96.
I was 16.
I was not. I wasn't much older than that, but
You were 15. It's fine. Tell everyone.
that sounds better.
That's my number 3.
Always got your back, girl.
I love it. So, just a quick on Scott Conn. No, Paul.
James Conn.
What the hell's his name? James Conn. Thank
You
you.
go.
I always go
Conn.
right to Scott. He was up against, for being nominated, Jeremy Irons, Kevin Costner.
Oh, he got nominated, did he?
No.
Sorry.
If he do get nominated, De Niro.
It must be Godfather, right?
Richard Harris and Gerard Depardieu. Which
Was
is
that
something I never
Godfather?
thought would happen. Gerard Depardieu was Cyrano de Bergerac.
No, sorry. Was that for Godfather?
What?
That nomination. Or did he get nominated for Misery?
No, this is for Misery. This is who he...
Oh, he got
who
nominated.
he would... No. This is 5 people he was up against to get the nomination.
Oh, right. Okay. So he didn't get a nom.
That's a full boat right there, just those 5.
Richard Harris? Jesus Christ. Jeremy Irons? Jesus
Yep.
Christ. Like, yeah.
And Costner, I mean, Jeremy Irons won. I mean, it's hard to beat Jeremy Irons.
And you don't go up against Richard Harris for shit, mate. Like,
right. Exactly. So, I mean, at least he didn't lose to Cuban Gooding Jr.
Do you know?
I'm just going to drop that there.
Do you want me to
My number 3. What?
Do you want me to unalive you?
My number 3 is American Psycho.
Nice.
Bullshit. Is that 90s too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Couldn't tell you which 90, but it's the 90s. I do better with Wikipedia than...
At least we've got a Leto kill in there.
Yes. Amen to that. To Huey Lewis in the News. Likely my favorite band. I mean, if I ranked my entire lifetime, Huey Lewis would have been probably number 2 behind Linkin Park for the amount of time that I have loved them. So when he started talking about Huey Lewis, I was hilariously laughing.
Yeah. And at least Huey gave him the rights to the music.
Yeah.
Unlike Miss Whitney Houston.
Yeah, well.
I could talk about this all day, so I ain't gonna. because I didn't even know this would have gone on my list too. It would have been really bloody high up.
So yes, guess to money. It's a very good movie. Highly recommend it, and we are streaming this movie very soon. And yes, I love it.
And also, I just want to say, screenplay was by a woman, directed by a woman. And read the book.
Yeah, I have to read the book. I have to put that somewhere.
Now let me see Paul Allen's card.
I was talking to the boys about it this on Christmas, and because they've seen a lot of movies before I have, and some of them, like, probably if they would said to me to watch American Psycho, I would have seen Christian Bale and said nope. But G was talking. He does great imitations, so he was going on it like Patrick Bateman, and he's like, "Show me the card and this. Well, let's see this one's." It's hilarious. Oh, he's funny.
Georgia.
Yep. That's why you missed it, Haley, because it's 2000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I didn't put any 2000s in. Yeah. Dorsia. I'm going to Dorsia. Give me a reservation at 8 o'clock at Dorsia. Okay. All right. So you guys always know I have sneaky ways of doing things in these things, and I always get to mention certain people that I want to mention. So I've got From Dusk Till Dawn, so 1996, written by Sir Quentin Tarantino, but directed by Robert Rodriguez. And I'm pretty sure that's why Quentin's character got to do the foot scene with Selma.
Yes, and just going to say, coming from a male perspective, if you have not seen Dusk Till Dawn, just watch it for Selma Hayek. That's all I'll say.
Yes. Yeah. Look, you just cannot fault this movie. Okay. So the cast, like, even okay. So like Danny Trejo has an amazing like cameo. Then you've got also Tom Savini as Sex Machine. Brilliant. But then you got Harvey Keitel, who's amazing in this movie.
Oh, he's just like, amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the best. I
don't think he ever really got enough credit.
People. I recommend watching The Piano People. You'll know why when you watch it. One of my favorites, Juliette Lewis. I'm not sure what the brother's name in it. He's great. He's really good in it. Then you've got Quentin, who is like insane and disgusting and so gross in this movie. It fits him so well. I just love him. I don't care. I'm fascinated and obsessed with him, and I don't care what he does. He's just a fucking genius. And then of course you have George the Goat Clooney. And the fact, what drives me crazy the most about this movie is that you do not get the tattoo reveal until the end, and that just eats me alive the whole way through. And then when you finally get that reveal at the end and it's got blood all over him and all that sort of, I'm just like, oh my god, yum. Anyway.
Have you seen this movie, Michelle?
Nope.
It's probably like,
but I will make my best effort to watch it this year. It doesn't have anybody in it I like. I am not a fan of Tarantino. I don't like George Clooney.
I'm not a huge fan of Clooney either.
It's not my, and like, I'm not a big vampire person. Like I watched the Twilight movies because I picked the book up on clearance one day and read it, and I thought it was pretty good. I didn't set out to watch Twilight, and I've never read Anne Rice. I've never seen those vampire films. I'm just not a vampire / werewolf enjoyer.
I would say that this is probably like the best, like probably as far as I'm concerned. I don't know if I'm forgetting anything really good, but I would, other than like Blade, this is probably the best cult sort of vampire movie that I've seen up until now. I'm just trying to think.
It's on my list, and I planned, my goal is to finish my list this year. So
I don't know. All I can think of other than Blade is bloody, because like I love vampires. So all I can think of that's really good is Blade. Other than that, it's because I can just Twilight keeps coming in my head. What do you think, Chris? Them as far as vampire movies, really good ones.
It would definitely be up there. I think you nailed it on the head. I think Blade would be number one as a vampire movie for me.
Oh yeah, Blade's not. Blade wouldn't be number. Well, Blade's great, but this would come before Blade for me. But I'm just trying to think. Like we just haven't had any really freaking good vampire movies, like decent, like cultish ones. I mean, like that have stuck, like these. Anyway, if anyone's watching, like chuck it in the comments because I just can't think right now. I'm sure there has been. There'd have to be, right?
Interview with a Vampire.
Oh, I just keep on thinking of.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
I haven't. I've noticed that it has Brad Pitt in it. Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise can't override my dislike of Brad Pitt. Yeah. And I don't even know why I don't like Brad Pitt.
I can't believe you don't like Brad Pitt, but you like Tom Cruise.
Jesus. I love Tom Cruise. I always have.
Oh my God.
My love for Tom Cruise came from the Mission Impossible movies because I think they're amazing.
But the man is insane. And
he is crazy. Oh the whole jumping on the couch thing almost turned me off, but I
he's
thought,
a cult leader.
We love who we love. And I don't judge religion ever. As weird as it is,
it's not religion.
His religion is, well, according to him, it is. And L. Ron Hubbard thought it was. I was going to look something up and I can't remember what the hell it was.
All right. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, like ever. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's why it's way up there.
Okay, moving on to my number 2, the movie we recently just talked about is American Psycho.
Nice.
Yeah, where is it going?
Yeah.
That would have been my number 2 if my number 2 never existed.
It's being on my list too. Do we have anything else to say about it? Did anyone forget anything? I think we should point out some of the cast. Like Josh Lucas. He went on to do some pretty cool stuff and then disappeared. And then I wonder what happened to him.
What?
Josh Lucas?
And then and then you've got Willem Dafoe, who I just watched in Beetlejuice. And then you've got Justin Theroux, who was just in Beetlejuice.
Chloe.
And then you've got Chloe Sevigny, who just did the stupid fucking Menendez Monsters thing. You've got Reese Witherspoon again. And we've had a few Kevin Bacons here. Talk about my fucking 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Jeez, who else is in it? It's got
I always forget she's in that.
Samantha Mathis. Yeah, she was in a lot of 80s stuff. She was
she was big.
A lot of stuff. Mix.
Blair Williams. I don't know who that is.
It's got.
They're the only people I've heard of. And of course,
there's a couple. No, there's more.
Jared Leto.
The Leto. Far out. Oh no, it's got and it was like Patrick Bateman's breakout role. And they didn't want to make it either. And we have to talk about big fucking pink elephant in the room, the remake. And it's fucking Austin Butler. Are you for reals?
I don't know anything about that.
I'll wait and see.
It's good. I can't. I just can't. But it is a good director, I have to say.
Okay, moving on to Michelle, your number 2.
Raising Cain.
Raising Cain. Okay.
It stars John Lithgow and Lolita Davidovich. No, nobody.
I don't think I've seen it.
I will read directly from IMDb so I don't screw it up.
I thought you said Raising Cain.
Raising Cain, Cain. So it's Jenny Nix.
Oh,
the
it
wife
is Raising
of
Cain.
an
Yeah. Oh, love.
Carter Nix. Carter Nix is Lithgow. Becomes increasingly concerned about her husband's seemingly obsessive concern over the upbringing of their daughter. Her own adulterous affair with an old flame, however, causes her to neglect her motherly duties until a spate of local kidnappings force her to accept the possibility that her husband may be trying to recreate the twisted mind control experiments of his disgraced psychological father. So the father used to experiment on kids and try to, I can't remember exactly, make them do weird stuff. And then if it didn't work, then he would take care of them, unalive them. And then John Lithgow is, to me, I have seen a lot of Lithgow, but this is, to me, the best role he's ever played.
I think it's right up there with Trinity.
He starts talking to him. Oh, he was so good, yeah.
It's very much like Trinity.
To himself. Like he'll be driving in the car, arguing with himself, like so many of us have. But then they'll pan to the passenger seat, and there's Lithgow in like leather and sunglasses and looking like a total badass, arguing with the stuffy doctor. So he starts having this debate in his head about his daughter, and he has to. I just watch it. It's absolutely breathtaking.
It's so good. Like,
you saw it?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it a few times.
I thought I was gonna toss everybody off.
No, it's one that I've like. No. It's one I've seen a few times because I'm a huge Lithgow fan, and like he can do anything. But like I said, it's up there with like this performance is very much. I think that he took from this performance for Trinity, and I actually feel like he made Trinity better because he did this. Like,
I would agree with that. He was fantastic as Trinity. Yeah, definitely. For those of you who don't know, he was the Trinity killer in Dexter.
He has multiple personality disorder, and and I mean that's all you really need to say. And like, so you can imagine when he finds out that like his wife's cheating on him or whatever, and he's got a child, like also.
But then he becomes overly obsessed with Amy, creepy obsessed.
Yeah, and the shenanigans ensue. Good.
Well, there are shenanigans. That's for sure.
Like you've picked a few, like you've really obviously gone through this list, whereas like, and you've picked a lot of the psychological ones that like I love. There's a few in there that were just way too. Like even you wouldn't have known them that I could have picked. Like there's another Kiefer Sutherland one where I can't think of the name of it now, and it's where he's with Sandra Bullock at the beginning, and someone, I think it might even be Lithgow again, kidnaps her, and he can't. Then it's like a year later, he's with someone else, and he just can't stop looking for her and stuff, and he puts himself in her position or whatever. That was one, and Freeway was one as well, but they were way too obscure. Okay, so yeah, great movie. Oh, like all these ones that you're talking about, yeah, I've seen them all, and they're like really good ones that I love as well. Okay, so I cheated again. So I have a tie for two. So it's Scream 2 and New Nightmare.
Oh boy.
So, I just couldn't like, I couldn't not have Freddy's Dead in there. So chucked Freddy's Dead in at last minute and just put Scream 2 and New Nightmare in together because I also couldn't decide on New Nightmare and Scream 2.
Which one is it? I can only write one.
Okay, so I put New Nightmare, but I'm saying that it's Scream 2 and New Nightmare. Because I have to say New Nightmare because it started the meta commentary. And okay, and like it's got a like really cool story behind it. Whereas like, so everyone knows that Bob Shea started New Line, and he basically went and begged Wes Craven to like come and make a new Freddy movie, and then so he sort of gave him a big paycheck and sort of gave him carte blanche to do whatever the fuck he wanted. And like, it's just a really cool story. It's got some really cool stuff in it. It just harkens back to the beginning of the franchise. Like Freddy looks cool. Heather Langenkamp is great in it. Robert Englund's great in it. I love Wes Craven's like part in it. I just love the whole movie within a movie thing, the breaking of the fourth wall thing, like, just yeah, and like I don't know, it's probably I guess it might even be my like second favorite in the franchise, you know, and it might just pick Dream Warriors. I don't know, but like, because basically he pitched again. He pitched the same thing that he did for the others, which was, so what he wanted to do was bring back like the kids from Dream Warriors. He was gonna like find a way of bringing them all back from Dream Warriors to like kick his like to kick Freddy's ass for good. But then anyway, then he came up with this whole meta thing. And so he basically was the first person to come up with the meta commentary, movie within a movie, story within a story, blah 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 blah. And like, you just get the best acting from Robert Englund, and you get the best acting from Heather Langenkamp in this throughout all of the franchises. And it's got the kid from Pet Sematary in it. I love that kid. He's really good in it.
And he was good in this, and obviously excellent in Pet Sematary, but he was good in this too.
Yeah, and like, and you've got that scene where he's like standing on the fucking like the jungle gym, and that scares the crap out of me.
Oh my god, I was
visibly
nauseous. Like, I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah,
and when they pan up like that, I feel like I'm falling.
Man, and then it's also got Heather Langenkamp's real husband in it at the beginning. I love the beginning scene where they like do an homage to the very first scene in the first movie, and then it turns out that they're actually on a set making the glove in the movie, and it like comes to life and does all that. I think that was really clever. I loved where like the first time you meet Freddy in this, or Heather sees him or whatever, he pokes his head out and he goes, "Miss me?" And I'm like, fuck yes, I have. I've missed this Freddy, man. Like, yeah, I was just fucking excited for this. This is one I watch. This 3 and 1 are the ones I watch the most. It was just smart. Like, it's Wes, man. Like, Wes is just is smart as fuck for me. And then we've got Scream 2, and like, it's the only sequel, it is literally like the only sequel that could be even a tiny bit better than the first movie, but there's just still absolutely no fucking way. Like, it's a better reveal, but that's about it. And Scream 2 is, it is almost as good as the first movie, and that's fucking hard to do because Scream 6 is my favorite horror movie. I mean, Scream 1 is my favorite horror movie of all fucking time, and it's brilliant, and we'll talk about it soon. So, tie.
I'll have one thing to say about Scream 2, and that's
and I know Chris doesn't like Freddy, and he can bite my bum. But what do you think, Shell?
I don't think that movie's awful. I don't revere it as you do, but I don't think it's bad. I think the storyline was good. That kid is fantastic. And they used the spinning room again when they killed Julie, played by Tracy Mindendorf, when they are doing her in the hospital.
Yeah, I was going to say that. There's only actually 2 kills in it.
Yeah, I was excited that
that's the only thing I don't like about it.
They brought that back.
But yeah, I do like it.
Little homage to number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And they also talked about how, like, Tina in the beginning.
Yeah, I also enjoyed how, like, mm-hmm. Yeah, but I also like how they're actually using, like, when they start to use Saxon, like, he's turning back into the movie. I like Nancy's acting there. She's very, very good, and I'm like, yeah, good, go Heather. And then also the other one thing about it is oh yeah, singing.
I pushed my
and yeah. Scream 2, I think we need to mention Courtney Cox's streaks. That's
nice
very
streaks.
important.
But they are nicer than her bangs. I'll give you that one.
And then Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, I love Timothy Oliphant. He's magical.
Sexy bugger. My second soulmate doesn't know he's my soulmate.
That's about all I can say about
there's only 2 kills in Nightmare.
The husband.
No, it's up there. Also, Scream 2 is definitely up there in, like, my top horror movies of all time. So it makes my top 10.
I can think of the New Nightmare. The 2 guys when they're making the glove. The husband and Julie. Did I miss anybody?
I'm sure. Okay.
Okay, I guess moving on to number 1 and checking on the list, I think this might be a first. I think we all might have the same for our number 1s.
Let's hear it, Chris.
My number 1 is Scream.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I left the Scream off.
Okay.
So that I could do other ones.
Okay.
But I mean, it would obviously be there if I had 5 more spots.
Well, I'm gonna Well, I might just jump in and just then mine's Scream.
Holy crap. Pardon me, I'm trying to plug in my laptop and it's proving quite difficult.
Get in there, you little bitch. Oops.
What's happening?
Okay. Cheryl, what's your number 1?
The Devil's Advocate.
Devil. I don't know. That didn't even cross my mind to even think about that.
I absolutely love that movie. Pacino is perfect. Keanu Reeves, perfect. everything about it is fantastic. As soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, that's number one. Oh my God. Al Pacino plays the devil. And Keanu, excuse me, God, this cough will go away someday. Keanu Reeves comes to work at the firm, but then we come and find out that the firm's not all it's cracked up to be. Al Pacino is not exactly who we think he is. He might be a little more close to Keanu than we thought. It's hard to describe without breaking.
Is it me?
Any what? What is what
Do you keep freezing?
Oh, it keeps on buffering. Is it me?
Oh, I think it's you.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not
mine
me.
keeps buffering. It was just me. Okay, it's fine now.
Oops.
So,
Yeah, it's fine now.
ooh, put it back. So that is my number one. You can't talk about it much without giving a lot of it away. But definitely watch it if you like Keanu Reeves.
So I didn't hear anything from it like 4 minutes or something.
I don't know. I'm not muted this time.
Is everything all good?
No, she said she hasn't heard anything.
I'm guessing yours is Devil's Advocate because I just heard Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, Devil's Advocate. Can you hear us?
No, buffering.
And did she say hers was number one, Scream?
Yes.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I can
Yes.
hear you.
I'm guessing yours is Devil's Advocate. All I heard was Keanu Reeves. So
Yes.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear us now?
Yeah, I'm fine now. I don't know what was happening.
Okay.
At all.
Yes, The Devil's Advocate. I definitely watch it.
Great
at
movie.
least twice a year.
Al Pacino, man. And Charlize, one of Charlize's first roles.
Yes.
Yeah, I have not watched it in many, many years, but absolutely love it. Yeah. Anything, God, anything with those three in it is going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
I think I watched it probably about
and
6 months ago.
Keanu in that movie, he shows that he can act in that movie. Like it's not even that he can't act. It's just like it's just him. You know what I mean?
For the record, Scream and Scream 3 would be on my list if I had a few more spaces. Scream or Scream 3 would not be number one. Not with movies like this and Raising Cain and The Good Son. No way. I think that they are
horror.
I think that they're better. Well, they're psychological thrillers. So, and that's more my thing.
Yeah. See, I was going with horror. Yeah.
Yeah. I went with what I liked. And I don't think I would have had 10 horror movies that I actually liked.
Yeah, I just went with horror because I was like, oh, like funny horror more so. And it's for funny games because I wanted to throw in like a foreign film. But Scream is, I'm just gonna say, it is the perfect movie. It changed horror.
Agreed.
It also brought it back, and horror wouldn't be what it is now without it. I mean, everyone says the same thing. I don't have anything new to add to it. It's got the perfect cast. It tells you what it's doing while it's doing it. Like, you should know exactly what's about to happen, and you still don't. That's how clever it is. Like, it's Wes again. It's Kevin.
I would have had 10 straight horror movies.
Okay.
only one has
But,
been said here today.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Scream.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
No, Misery.
Oh, Misery. Oh, that was never not going to be on my list.
There are 3 Stephen Kings on my on what would be my full horror list.
Well, see, I only wanted to put one Stephen King on because I was finding ways of putting, like, I found a way to put Tarantino in, but, like, that wasn't hard. Found a way to put Stephen in.
Parker.
Okay, so that's the top 10. What's anyone got for honorable mentions? I will go through mine first. I have The Crow. That definitely should have made the top 10, but I didn't put it in there because some people would probably say it's not a horror movie. But because in Australia, it actually, when you buy it in physical media, it actually does come under the horror section in the store to buy.
It's horror.
Blade as well. I was a bit iffy on because people would probably class that more as an action, but it does come up in the horror section as well. Halloween H2O, but I couldn't go over. I had to go Curse of Michael Myers over Halloween H2O. Obviously Scream 2, but obviously I had Scream as my number 1 and didn't want to put a second Scream in the top 10. Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon. Another movie what no one talks about is What Lies Beneath with Harrison Ford and Michelle Pfeiffer.
I wanted to watch it, but I never got around to that either.
Michelle, you had this in your list was Final Destination. Haley, you had From Dusk to Dawn in yours. And this couldn't make my list, but obviously it was one of those crazes in the late 90s what actually started the whole like marketing on the internet, which was the Blair Witch Project.
I'm glad I'm not the only one with a very long honorable mention. What are you doing, doggo?
Michelle, what do you got?
I got the Screams.
Yeah.
1, 3, and 2. Arachnophobia. Misery. It. Stop, Penelope. Frankenstein. Dr. Giggles. If you've not seen it, it's fantastic. Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
Relic. And this is only on my list because of the fun family day we had when we watched it, but Anaconda.
Well, I had like Placid.
Yeah, I did have
Sorry.
I did originally have Anaconda in my honorable mentions, but I thought, no, it's a creature feature movie. I didn't think people would care for it too much, so I left it off.
The hell with what people think, damn it.
Because you guys know that I don't like fucking animal horror at all. But I love like Placid, Betty White, Oliver Platt make that movie for me.
Oliver Platt makes everything.
Of course I had it. Like Tim Curry is just...
I haven't even seen the new one with Skarsgård because to me the first one's untouchable. The original. It's
they're completely different. Yeah, they're so different.
No,
I don't mind the Missiati ones. Like they're pretty good. Like, but they're very long. They're just so well casted too, though. So Jacob's Ladder, Silence of the Lambs, what else? Tremors, Stir of Echoes, The Exorcist 3. Even though I think that The Exorcist should be a standalone movie, The Exorcist 3 is like fun for me. What else do I have? Kiss the Girls.
Oh yeah. Oh, why wasn't that on my list? I watch that at least once a year. It's my Ashley Judd phase.
People Under the Stairs, of course. Urban Legend, Sixth Sense. Child's Play 2. And both of the Halloweens. Oh, The Cube.
Nice.
I
I just bought that on Blu-ray.
some of them weren't really like Dracula, of course, because one I really wanted to put on so bad, but I just couldn't because I wanted to put Candyman on it because I loved Candyman, I loved the story of it and Tony Todd, but I really wanted Army of Darkness. So bad. But yeah, and Blade. So
Nice.
that's it.
Where is it? Again, so that's our top 10, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Let us know your thoughts.
Guys.
Bye.
No worries. And if you have your top 10 from your era as well, put it in the put it in the comments, and we'll read it and get back to you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.